defend our Constitution. And I'd like to leave it up to the CBC to do, say, and do what's right for our people. I mean, I know we've done a lot of good things, and that's good, and that's what the CBC should do. It's like the people here to know that it was brought to my attention about the nepotism, and I was also told that Miss Navajoy is not here, but her sister is on OJT, and I'm not sure if that's part of the tribe. So, Mr. Owens, is that part of the tribe, or is it?
Basically, WIA is funded through the tribe, so unfortunately it is.
I mean, these people sat on the committee for months and years before I even got on the committee, and I don't see how that happened, or how anybody would be even eligible for election to be on the committee. And I know it's a hard issue, but it needs to be dealt with.
Mr. Chairman, don't we have given the resolution come out in the year 2008 that pertain to that nepotism? That resolve that problem?
I know there is a resolution that's out there, and it specifically addresses what is tribal government versus a program. And that's been around for a long time. And just like the previous administration, whenever Mr. Riddoff was manager at the Walters Casino, and Ron was a committeeman. Well, did that apply? Does he give day-to-day supervision to Gene? And that's where that came about. And because he doesn't provide day-to-day supervision to Gene, how could you be classified as nepotism? But I know we had a copy of that resolution, but what's your recommendation, Mr. Morway?
Well, I think what needs to take place is one or the other will have to resign their position, whether it's an employee or the CBC member. It states clearly in the Constitution that any employee of the tribal government that works for the tribe is tribal government, and it has never been amended by the General Counsel to say that they can't be in direct supervision.
Well, then you're recommending one way or the other that either the employee resigns or the committee person resigns, and then what if that does not happen? What's your solution?
Well, then we'll have to leave it up to the General Counsel. I mean, they're our supreme governing body, and all I can do is raise the question.
Well, you raise the question, but you're not offering any solutions.
May I say something?
Because I'm in the same predicament, and it's not up to me to point to anybody and say you have to quit. I cannot make that decision. It's up to those individuals to make that decision.
Yes, it is.
But I mean, they're adults,
They're breaking the law.
and they should know themselves that, what the Constitution specifies.
Excuse me, my
Yes,
sister
ma'am.
brought this up at, I think it might have been January or February of this year. sister, and you told her that y'all would, deal with it in executive session.
Who was that?
Arella, my
Okay.
sister. We, we just kind of quit coming because we discussed it, things never being recognized or following the Constitution. And if the committee, if you sitting up there aren't gonna follow the Constitution and be good leaders, how are our young people going to start doing what they're supposed to do?
Right.
Because you're sitting there and
Right.
you're allowing these young people to listen to you when I love Juanita, I love Harry, and don't know this guy, but his sister, is a good worker. I love her too. And Sonia, they have direct sister, brothers, sitting wives, and it's not the animosity between us. It's the committee that should have done it, what they're supposed to do in the very beginning. It's our law. And if Harry knew the law when he got on the committee, I don't think he should have gotten on, but that's his decision. But bringing it up is just one way of trying to solve what, for the future. Are you gonna continue allowing these people? When my niece tried to get a job with Keith Yakiani, when she was on the committee, they wouldn't allow her because it was under the tribal government. She needed a job because her husband couldn't work. They had no income. $250 a month wasn't gonna get them by. But picking on one or two people doesn't solve the problem. And it was Mr. Walkway that went after her, and she had to resign that position that she had in Anadarko. I mean, why pick on one person when there's so many of them already breaking the law? I agree with him. There should be an answer. There should be somebody should solve this problem, and you're just not doing it yourself. You've got people working here. Sonia Giroux has had several jobs, and she just seems to choose where she wants to go. Pretty soon she's in another position. And that's not right. I mean, we see it out in the public. And you come here and you try to solve the issue, and it's never solved.
Yeah, you're right, and it's an issue that I think is up to that individual. If not, the people will make the decision.
Not when she has your backing. She is not going to quit. If you're the one that's sitting up there, the important ones here, and I'm not saying just you, I'm just saying all of you. If you're not trying to resolve this position, this is, and I support the college. I don't want nothing to happen to the college. I want it to continue. But things have got to straighten up here, and you guys are the ones that are supposed to be doing it.
Well, offer some solutions.
Well, we're just,
Okay.
Yeah. I like to repeat what Arlene Aschmidt said at one CBC meeting. She said that the CBC takes an oath on the Bible to follow the Constitution. And there's nepotisms in there, you follow nepotism. So if you don't follow nepotism, you violate the Constitution. And I don't think you can fool God.
Yeah.
And that's what she said, that she brought that up. And Doc Peabody, the one who put it in there, for that reason, for nepotism. And it's still in there. So it's still our valid current law.
Yeah, you had something?
Yes, well, I have a comment about our Constitution. For years, we have tried to change that Constitution. We've tried to bring our Constitution into the modern day. I can look around this room and I can tell you I'm related to most of you. I am. I'm related to most of you. I can tell you a way that we're related. So with that, I think our Constitution is outdated, that most of us have, even we've adopted people that we say, well, we're related to one another. So I say that our Constitution has to be changed or amended in some way so that we recognize modern reality that most of us are related in some way.
it's true but that's true. But when you pick on one certain person, and not the whole group, that's where it goes wrong. You know, you treat everybody in the same way, you know, like I keep saying, I went to the museum, took my niece up there to get her T-shirt, because she had a card, and Carney wouldn't let me have my T-shirt. I said, well, I'm coming with you, he said, well, you're gonna have to show your card. And I said, it's gonna cost me more money to go to our house and get my card and come back over here. And then my friend at the meeting that I went to, she said, well, my husband's pure white. They gave him a T-shirt. Why don't people treat each other in the same way? That's what I'm, that's,
Pure white.
you know.
I like that.
He's white, he's not Indian, but he didn't have to show a card, but those little white women running around there gave him a T-shirt. Carney wouldn't give me one.
Beverly, I'll give you one.
I got one. I got one.
Yes, back there.
I might have to leave in a little bit, I need to take my medication. But I wanted to come, you weren't here, Jack wasn't here when we had that executive session. And I wanted to apologize to the CBC for the ugly outrage Mr. Tomacari raised. That was all uncalled for, and I didn't come here to cause any problem with him. But he was real ugly to me. He's the very person that told me. I wouldn't have even known there was a meeting on the 20th. He told me there's gonna be a meeting on the 20th. Go down there, call Ashley and put your name on the executive session. And he sat here, Wallace, and he embarrassed me. He said, I didn't talk to you. I don't know what you're talking about. That was really, really ugly. And I wanted to apologize to the other guys for that. I didn't come here